Alright, so I was asked to try and do one of these problems about different people driving, different lengths of time, and so this is on 1.7 homework, and so I kind of have a picture here to help illustrate and to think about how to do this problem. So we know that Austin drives 3 times the hours that Sydney does. Alright, so it means we know that Austin drives a longer distance than Sydney does, but we don't know how much. They drive a total of 16 hours, so together, right, it's going to be 16 hours. How many hours do each of them drive? So I'm going to just start by putting kind of a little line here. Like I said, we can pretty much tell that Austin is going to be driving a lot longer of a distance. So I'm going to just write down Austin up here and Sydney over here. Right? I don't know how many hours exactly yet, but this just helps me to visualize what's going on. So the only thing that I know the relationship is that Austin drives 3 times the number of hours that Sydney does. So that means we don't know how far Sydney drives. Right? This is my little road, if you can't tell what this is. So I'm going to call this length of the road X, because I don't know how far Sydney drives on this road, but I know whatever she drives, Austin is driving 3 times that amount, or 3x. And so with this, since it has this word total, right, and total, when you're trying to find something total or all together, that's telling you that you need to add things together. So that means we're going to have 3x plus x equals 16, because we know together they drive 16 hours. I'll combine my like terms, get 4x equals 16, and then divide by 4 to figure out what x is. And so x is 4 hours. Now you need to ask yourself, what is it that we just found? Well, x corresponds with Sydney's time. So we're saying that 4 hours is how long Sydney drove. And then to figure out how far Austin drove, we'd need to multiply that by 3. So 3 times 4, so I'm just going to write it this way. Oops. So 3x would be 3 times 4, which is 12 hours. And that's how far Austin drove. All right, so those are the 2 answers that we need there on that one. Now I'm going to skip down because I want you to see how this is similar to another problem that you've been doing, and most students don't seem to struggle with this problem, and maybe it's because they are able to visualize things a little bit better. But this is the same type of problem that you'll come across on homework 1.7 also, if you haven't already. So this time we say a board that is 6 feet long is cut into 2 pieces. So again, I don't know, it doesn't tell me that they're equal, so I'm just going to cut it here, right? One piece is 2 feet longer than the other piece, right? So I just have 2 different pieces, so I'm just going to call this my first piece and my second piece, just to have a way to label it. All right. Now, I don't know how long this second piece is. So again, that's going to be my x, as this is the other piece that we're talking about here. But we do know the relationship here, excuse me, is that this first piece is 2 feet longer than this other piece. So that means that this piece must be whatever the second piece is, plus 2 more feet. And so again, since we're trying to figure out, all together, right, we know that this whole thing is 6 feet. So we know we're going to have our x plus 2 will be the length of one of the pieces, plus our x is the length of the other piece, and that has to equal out to be 6 feet. So again, we can combine like terms together. we get 2x plus 2 equals 6. We'll subtract the 2 over. 2x equals 4. And then divide by 2. X equals 2 feet. And so again, since this is our x, that's what this second piece is. All right, so one piece of the board is 2 feet, and to find the other one, we just need to add 2 to whatever we find. So we know that 2 plus 2, all right, will give us 4 feet. So again, so here are our answers. So we've got one piece is 4 feet, the other piece is 2 feet, and together they have to add to be 6 feet, which they do. And it also goes along with this, one piece is 2 feet longer than the other piece. So meaning our answer couldn't be 1 and 5, even though when I add 1 and 5 together, I do get 6, but that isn't where one piece is 2 feet longer than the other piece. All right, and similarly on the other question, right, so if you check this out with our question that we had, it needed to be 16 hours. Well, we're saying that Austin drove 12 hours and that Sydney drove 4 hours, and so together those do equal 16 hours.